this video, we're going to be getting a taste of what it was like for me going around and photographing family-run, multi-generational shops in Singapore. This journey is taking me all over the island, and a lot of it took place right here in Little India. It's an exciting place to start the project and a great place to start the video. Something like frames fits very nicely into our everyday life, just as it did with our parents, just as it did with our grandparents. We like to decorate where we live. Therefore, this business will always have customers. This project is really also looking at the arc of life. What happens, and really cradle to grave. So you start off and maybe you're very young and you know, your parents take you to a toy store. So are there any traditional toy stores left? As you get older, maybe you need a school uniform. Are there any uniform makers left? And it keeps going to the very end, which is the one remaining company that carves the gravestones. So I'm looking at it through that lens as well. We're here in the heart of Chinatown right now, and this is really where the center of activity used to be. So many of the businesses and the shops that are in the book started here. Many relocated over the years. Some moved to estates like Hong Lin Complex. Others went further out, Ang Mo Kio, Toa Payoh. This is one of the original tea shops. It's 85 years old. It's changed locations a number of times, but the tea and the process of making the tea is all original. Usually it's a story of immigrants. It's a story of immigration. Someone has come from somewhere, maybe from China, maybe from India, and they've started a business, as is in the case of this shop. The first generation is always a survival story. They've built the business, and the second generation is obliged to carry on the business. And then you have a third generation, and that's always a question. Will there be interest among the next generation to take over the business? What I'm finding is a shop like this one, which is the sole remaining joss stick maker in Singapore from what was once a thriving industry. Craftsmen like these are multi-generational. They were in the center of the city, and over time they've migrated out here where there's a little bit more room. And the processes that they use and the techniques are decades old, and they're still using the original methods for creating joss sticks. This is the end of the road. I photographed 73 historic family-run shops in Singapore for the project. And the question that I'm left with is how many will be left in 5 years' time? There have been a lot of articles in the paper lately highlighting historic shops that have been in business for 50 years and they're closing now. I'd like to take a more optimistic approach though, and I wonder how many of these will actually be thriving in 5 years. We can all be a part of this. Find these shops, stop in and say hello, buy something if you can, post photos, show your friends and tell your friends, so Singapore's historic shops can survive for another 3 generations.